Hi guys, I'm going to take you through the basics of MailChimp here. We are currently logged in with your ARCS account. Hopefully you should all have login to this. We've set it up so that it asks you security questions. We've basically set the answers to be ARCS, all lowercase, for all of those answers. So hopefully you should be able to get in without having to sort of type in SMS verification codes and things. So that's that. But yeah, just to go through, just give you the basic overview on how this all works. So we've got the this is the initial screen that you're greeted with when you logged in. You can basically see how many people are subscribed to the mailing list. This is the total number of people subscribed to the mailing list here. If we go through to campaigns, basically we have one main campaign, but essentially we can see a full list of your contacts here. So clicking on this number 563 will actually give us the full list of contacts. So if you want to search for a particular member or anything like that, you can do that through here. If you want to start segmenting your contacts, you can do that through the Manage Contacts drop down. So clicking on Manage Contacts, you can see this thing called Segments. And as you can see, there's no saved segments currently set up, but if you wanted to add a new one, you just click on Create Segment. So say, for example, you wanted to set up some segments for any particular members. So for example, you could say, okay, show me all honorary, so honorary members. So basically honorary members is active, preview the segment, and that will give you, at the moment it looks like we have 12 contacts that are honorary members who are active. So you can basically go through this and save the segments and basically send mailings to specific segments themselves. What I'm going to do next is, I'm not going to save this, I'm going to let you guys play around with segments to start to segment the data if you need to. What I'm going to do right now is just assume that we are going to send a mail to every one of these 563 contacts. So basically the way we do that is we go back to campaigns, we click on this, and essentially you can say, okay, who are we sending this campaign to? You can choose an audience here. So basically when you start adding segments, you'd be able to see a list of those down here, but we're just going to click on that. As you can see here, these are the segments. I'm actually not going to do this right now because I don't want to be sending any mails out, but if I just go back to the previous screen, the from section is obviously quite important. So who is sending this? So obviously the name of the organization and your email address is needed for these fields here. So that will probably be the normal mail at arcscientists.org. So mail at arcscientists.org, and the name obviously of the organization. And just going back to this screen, oops, go back to this screen. Subject obviously does what it says on the tin. So again, a subject here is obviously what the subject line is, and the preview text is actually the snippet that would appear in the inbox after the subject line. So depending on specific mail clients that are receiving this email, sometimes mail clients will show a preview text. So you can set that here. It also shows you how many characters you are allowed to input. But I would go with something sensible in length, so not too long, not too short. Just going back to the final one, so this is the kind of most important part, which is the content and the way it looks. So if I click on edit here, you'll see that we've already set up a basic template for you. So you've got the header here, you don't have to really worry about that. But then these are the sort of content blocks that you could use to edit either the text or the images that display here. So for example, the images, if I click on the edit button here, you can choose the different images that you want. So for example, this top image here is this one is that, and this one is that, and you can, if you want, you can reorder them. I wouldn't recommend doing that because actually it messes up the proportions, but clicking on this, it looks like it will just fix it for you automatically. But again, just have a play with images. It's a bit of a trial and error situation. but you ideally want this one to be at the very top here, so it kind of makes sense. Again, you don't need to have all 3 images. If you don't want to have all three images, you could just maybe delete this section. So if I click on delete, and we could go in and add, for example, just a single image. So I'm going to add a single image, and literally all you have to do is drag from this side and drag it to where in the text you want it to go. So that image there, and you browse to either upload an image. So you can upload an image from your computer, or you can use from an existing set of images that are on your MailChimp account. So once you've done all of that and edited the text and everything like that, you can click on save. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to lose the original template. And when you are ready to go, you can actually send out a test email. So by sending a test email, you can actually send it to your personal email addresses, just so you can check it and double check that it says what you want it to say and it looks the way you want it to look. Once you are happy with that, you can then actually click on the send thing. This is actually grayed out at the moment because we haven't filled in any of these things. But as soon as these things have been filled out, you'll be able to either send it or schedule it, so that you can schedule it to go at a certain time that you want. Hopefully that's helpful. If you need to go through anything else, please let us know. Cheers.